I'd say that, well, we're very happy with the user testing feedback we got. It definitely gave a lot of insight into what we do look closer at. The main thing was having the battle portion be more interactive, so that there's more stuff for players to do instead of just watching and staring at the screen. So after that, we pretty much immediately took to brainstorming. And right now we have a new thing for players to do during the battle to actually help potentially improve how their monster they created actually fight and hopefully win.
So you guys just play tested today, didn't you?
Yes. We're talking about the feedback currently.
Yeah.
I'm trying to navigate it.
What all feedback have you gotten so far?
So our game during the battle scene, it isn't interactive in the fact that they hit buttons and move the characters. It's pre-generated, and the figures fight each other. So we're trying to figure out a way to clarify that with the user, and having maybe them use sounds or press buttons and things being thrown to add some kind of level of interactivity to it.
Because you want to stick with the preset, the preset cinematic type feel.
Yes.
Right.
So what I do is I design the core mechanics. I help design the core mechanics of the game, and I help make the screen look like, put it in a way where we can easily convey those ideas and help those mechanics come to life. And overall just provide a good experience for the player so that they, easily go from point A to point B to point C without any interruptions or problems. Our current build, I want to say the player experience is overall pretty okay. We're getting a clear idea now on what we want to finally do. Like was mentioned earlier, we had to come up with a mechanic to get the players more involved, mainly because they really wanted to see they wanted to be more involved in the action rather than just seeing it. I think overall, once we start getting more animations and more flashy attacks, effects, colors, whatever you want to call it, the more we add that, the more enjoyable the overall experience will be, because we're trying to emulate that feeling of, watching your favorite sports teams battle it out at a sports bar, for example, and seeing them make all these crazy plays and, oh crap, he got a touchdown or whatever. We want to recreate that, except it's an episode of Dragon Ball Z between two monsters that you and your opponent have created.
So what's your role on the team?
I help with the design aspect of things.
So the UI UX or more the graphic design?
I would say more of the graphic. So we have a menu where it's player 1, player 2, start, press a button. I believe we are still getting that, trying to get that fixed and whatnot to get buttons mapped and all that, and then you pretty much choose your character selection and whatnot, and then you watch them fight. How
do you feel like that system is going? Because I tested the game earlier today, and it's interesting how you're doing a sort of cinematic style with the fights, in that you can't control them.
Yeah.
How are you going to make that feel like the player is still engaged after they make their character? They've made this character, they're excited to fight with him, and they can't really control him. So how are you going to keep that engagement?
I think for the first part, one of the things we noticed during testing was that the players that were, of course, playing the game didn't realize that they couldn't control the monsters that they created. So I guess one of the first things that we should tell them right away is that just sit back and enjoy the mayhem. But of course, more importantly,
so it's more a user expectation thing or something.
Yeah, kind of. But more importantly, you've talked about it before. We're planning on using all the different buttons for throwing random objects at the screen, or either some minor stage interaction, or sounds and stuff. Nothing that really impacts what goes on in the game, but just something to keep the player occupied while they're watching the fight go down.